It wasn't a person. It wasn't the wind. This was a presence, an intelligence that knew our names. And we invited it into our home for the price of a cup of coffee. This is not just a story about a haunted object. This is a documented descent into a nightmare that began the moment we broke the lock on Unit 143. A mystery of a life interrupted, a death unacknowledged, and a rage that festered for decades, waiting for us. Most stories of terror begin in a place of normalcy. For us, it was a Tuesday. The smell of asphalt and dust. The thrill of the hunt. My name is Alex, and with my friend Jamie, we're what you might call treasure hunters. We buy abandoned storage units, hoping to find something valuable, something with a history. Unit 143 was different from the start. It was tucked away in the darkest, dampest corner of the facility. The metal door was rusted shut, and when the manager forced it open, it screamed like a soul in torment. Inside wasn't the typical mess. It was curated. A single, dusty armchair faced the door. A vintage mirror with a cracked frame leaned against the wall. And on the floor, in a perfect circle free of dust, was this. Creepy. It's like a little coffin. Jamie's joke would soon feel less like a joke and more like a premonition. We won the unit for $5. No one else bid. The air around the unit was stale and cold, even in the summer heat. Have you ever walked into a room and felt an immediate, profound sense of stillness? Like the world itself is holding its breath? That was Unit 143. The sound of that lock breaking was a point of no return. We didn't know it then, but we weren't just opening a box. We were breaking a seal. A tarnished silver locket, shaped like a heart. A bundle of letters tied with a black ribbon. A small, hand-carved wooden horse, but one of its legs is broken off. A vintage music box with a ballerina figure. A man's pocket watch, frozen at 3:04. A single black and white photograph of a severe-looking woman in a high-collar dress, Eleanor. Her eyes are normal in this first shot. It's just junk, old junk, or so we thought. As I picked up the locket, I felt a sudden, sharp coldness like holding ice. And for a split second, I thought I heard a woman sobbing. The first 24 hours were a masterclass in subtle terror. It started with the sense of being watched. Not a general paranoia, but a specific, weighty gaze from the dark hallway. Then the smells. The scent of old roses would appear out of nowhere, so thick it was cloying, only to be replaced minutes later by the stench of something rotting, like wet earth and decay. But the first undeniable event involved the music box. At 3:04 a.m. exactly, the time on the pocket watch, the house was filled with the sound of its melody. We found it in the garage, lid closed. It was playing from inside its box. When Jamie reached to open it, the music stopped. The moment she pulled her hand back, it started again. It was toying with us. Her eyes, they weren't like that before, were they? That was the moment the fear became real. The phenomenon wasn't just happening around us. It was interacting with our world, changing it, and the changes were becoming personal. We moved the box to the basement and set up cameras. It was a declaration of war, and whatever was in that house, it accepted. The descent accelerated. Our first camera capture was this shadow. Notice how it doesn't just look like a shadow. It looks like it's made of thick, swirling smoke. It would appear, stand for hours, and then vanish. Then, we captured this. It was no longer hiding. It was showing itself. We also found these. The audio evidence progressed from whispers to conversations. Her eye? We didn't understand until we reviewed the audio from the pocket watch. We detected a faint, slow, rhythmic ticking, but our watch was broken, frozen.
Let me out.
Listen to the desperation in that voice. Is it a spirit trapped in the watch? Or is it a metaphor for something much, much worse? You tell me what you think it means. The activity became physical. Jamie woke up with deep, red scratches on her back, 3 parallel lines. The smell of roses would cling to her for hours afterward. I started sleepwalking, something I'd never done before. I'd wake up standing in the basement, my hand on the box, with no memory of how I got there. One morning, I woke up holding the broken leg of the wooden horse. The nightmares were the worst. They were shared. Jamie and I would both dream of the woman, Eleanor, standing over our beds, leaning down, her black eye sockets dripping a thick black substance. We were breaking. Our sanity was fraying. And that's when we decided to bring in an expert. What he discovered in our basement rewrote the entire story. Dr. Finch set up his equipment. An EMF detector spiked erratically near the locket. A thermal camera showed a perfect, human-shaped cold spot hovering in the corner of the basement. But his most chilling discovery came from the letters. We had been too spooked to read them thoroughly. Dr. Finch did. The letters were from a man named Thomas to his sister, Eleanor. They spoke of her fits, her unnatural obsessions. The final letter was a draft. Thomas was writing to a local asylum. He didn't need to finish. We understood, though the child voice mentioned. The scratched-out eyes in the photograph. Eleanor was harming herself. Dr. Finch believed she didn't just die. She was walled up, hidden away in a house this storage unit once belonged to. Her spirit and her physical remains were never laid to rest. The box was a reliquary of her torment. In that moment of darkness and chaos, we all heard it. A scream, not of fear, but of pure, undiluted rage. It came from every corner of the room at once. Dr. Finch packed his things and left. He refused to ever come back. His final words to us were, "You haven't just disturbed a ghost. You've awakened a tomb." Day 7. We were shells of ourselves. We had to end it. We decided to take the box to a crossroads, a folk method of banishment, and leave it for whatever would take it. As I reached the front door, the box became impossibly heavy, as if filled with lead. I felt an icy grip on my wrist. Looking down, there was nothing, but I could see the impression of 5 fingers forming in red marks on my skin. With a final, desperate heave, I threw the box into the car. We drove to a remote crossroads at midnight. As we placed the box on the ground, the car radio blasted to life, scanning through stations at a frenetic pace, landing on an old-timey love song before dying again. We got home, feeling a fragile hope. It was gone, but as we walked into our silent, still house, Jamie pointed to the hallway wall. The words written in the same black, tar-like substance from our dreams were now clear and permanent. It had followed us back, or a part of it had always been here. The anchor wasn't just the box. It was us now, too. We had looked at her, and she had looked back. We moved. We left that house and almost everything in it. The box is gone, but the mystery is not. I still have the key to Unit 143. I pay the fee every year. Not to keep something in, but to keep something from getting out. Our story is over, but Eleanor's is not. She is still out there, missing something, waiting for someone else to go looking for treasure in the dark. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe AI Storytelling White ES for more videos. See you soon in the next video.